Welcome to the Minimalist Educator Podcast, a podcast about paring down to refocus on the purpose and priorities in our roles, with co-hosts and co-authors of the Minimalist Teacher Book, Tammy Musiowski-Borneman and Christine Arnold.
Hello and welcome to our preview episode for the Minimalist Educator Podcast. I'm here with Tammy doing our preview today. How are you, Tammy?
I'm great. I am a little flabbergasted that we are moving into season 4.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I don't know where the time goes. We are moving on past 55 episodes. It's crazy. But we've been having a ball doing the podcast so far. Or I have anyway. I shouldn't speak for you.
Me too.
Okay.
No,
good.
I agree. I love talking to people. I love talking to you about just all the things that we've been talking about. This season, we've definitely done, we've got a couple of new things going on.
We do, yeah, and I'm excited about it. We have our guests as always, and we have our episodes where it's just you and I chatting about different topics. But we're trying a few different things this season as well. So I'll be really interested to see how everyone enjoys the new take. I think the first thing that people will encounter in season 4 is we're doing a countdown to start off the season with our top 3 most popular episodes at the time of recording. Obviously, it probably won't be the most popular ones in perpetuity, but at the time of recording, they were our top 3 most popular episodes. So I think that's a really fun way to start off season 4 and look back at what people have enjoyed previously.
Yeah, I like that too. Those are, I have enjoyed all of our episodes, I should say, all of them. But these ones have particularly just rung true to people. And so it's been great to see how many downloads have actually occurred for those episodes, which is really awesome. And one of those is a recurring guest, which is kind of fun.
And one of them is just you and me.
Yeah, that's fun too.
It is cool.
Super fun. Yeah. We also have in this season something else that's new. We have a 2-part episode. So it's 2 episodes, but it's 2 parts because we got talking and we just talked a lot. And that was about when we sent out the survey to educators to share with their partners so that they could give us some insight on how the teaching profession impacts their personal lives and their relationships. And so, we spent a good chunk of time talking through those responses. And I mean, it was just interesting to see read what people thought and like what the impact was and how it affected their partners. So I'm sure that our listeners are going to enjoy that. And just, it's just super insightful.
I think so. Yeah, it gives you pause to think about how this work that we do shows up in the rest of our lives, for sure. I think it's definitely a 2-parter not to miss, for sure.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed our little bend that we go on this season as well, where we're really diving into some different instructional strategies.
Me too, because I know we both, you still teach part of the time, and then you also work with teachers, and I coach teachers, so I get to be in classrooms a lot. So it was fun to just kind of pull some examples from things that we've seen, or even in our own teaching experiences, just kind of pull out those examples to kind of hit home with some of the topics. And I like how we ordered them so that it kind of made sense, or it should make sense to our listeners that listen into that kind of trio of instructional practices.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have our guests as well. We can't ignore our wonderful guests that we have on as well. We've got a great chat there about tutoring and how tutoring fits inside the world of education. That was an interesting conversation. I'm also really looking forward to people listening into our conversation about the experiences of a former teacher and what it's like looking back at her time in teaching versus where she is and what she's doing now. So I think that's a really interesting one to listen into.
Yeah. We've got a couple that are, I mean, I feel like we often talk about skill development, which is kind of in that SEL realm, but I'm looking forward to sharing the episodes about leading with love and just being human. And so we've got a couple of episodes with a couple of guests who just are really exemplified just that human aspect of education, which can get lost pretty easily when we're just shuffling about.
But just so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it keeps coming back. It's a recurring theme that we keep coming back to with our guests as well, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not all we're talking about this season, but it's a snapshot for our listeners.
Absolutely.
And so it'll be exciting to see which episodes gravitate to people and what we hear from people about the episodes. And so we're also interested in, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, or if you want to hear someone, you can make a recommendation. So you can always reach out to us and let us know if you want to hear someone or chat with us.
Or if you have an idea for a topic, we would love to hear that as well.
For sure. We would love that. Well, I'm looking forward to season 4, Christine.
I'm very excited. I can't wait to see how everyone responds.
Me too. Happy listening.
Today's episode was brought to you by Plan Z Professional Learning Services, forward-thinking educator support. Find out more at planzplservices.com.
Be sure to join Tammy and Christine and guests for more episodes of the Minimalist Educator Podcast. They would love to hear about your journey with minimalism. Connect with them at PlanZPLS on Twitter or Instagram. The music for the podcast has been written and performed by Gaia Moretti.